Mr. President, it's not done that way because it looks really, really bad. And we need to stop doing things in a way that looks really, really bad, especially right before you're going to take the highest office in the land. Again, I honestly don't think he knows. But we do not talk to judges the day before we file complaints with their courts. We don't file cases and talk to justices that we know outside of that capacity in the same time frame. We don't do that because it looks pretty damn bad when we do. It looks like we're trying to pull a backroom deal and make sure that the case goes our way. And whether or not that's the case, our president-elect, Donald J. Trump, reached out to Samuel Alito and had a nice private conversation with him the day before he asked the Supreme Court to stop his sentencing for his multiple felony fraud counts in New York that he's already been convicted of. He just hasn't been sentenced. He's asking to stop that sentencing. That kind of criminal activity is often lumped in with racketeering, where you're doing things that are kind of mob-like. And, you know, President Trump has already faced racketeering charges in Georgia, so it wouldn't be like the first time. And this time, what it looks like from the outside, from a person who's saying, I'm going to pay attention, I'm going to wake up and look at what's actually going on, we're seeing that a guy who doesn't want to go to jail, a guy who doesn't want to be sentenced for felonies, is asking that judge to say, oh, no, you're okay. We're going to make sure you don't get charged. We're going to block this in federal court instead of letting it stay, with the states where that particular case started. Now, to be clear, Justice Alito said, he cleared calling me to give a recommendation for a former law clerk of mine. And I was going to recommend him for a post. And he cleared that with me. And that's all we talked about. And you can definitely trust us because we have been the most trustworthy group of people over the last 6 months. We've definitely shown you that you can trust the Supreme Court over and over and over again. I mean, sure, we've been taking bribes. We've been taking trips. We've been taking cool things from all of these billionaires. And then, just by chance, the court cases that come our way happen to go their way. There's no impropriety there. There's just the appearance of impropriety. And that's obviously all we have here with Trump calling Alito the day before his case goes to the Supreme Court. It's just the appearance of impropriety. It's not actual impropriety. Heaven forbid. It's absolutely not right. It's illegal. And it's illegal for a reason. He's doing these sketchy, out-of-bound things before he's in office. What's he going to do when he gets into office? And if the Supreme Court won't keep him in line and allow him to be sentenced, even without time to be served, sentenced for the felonies that the jury of his peers found him guilty of, then what checks and balances does he have? Why would he have any concern about any crime that he might consider doing here in the next 4 years? We can't let this crap slide. We just can't let it slide. It's not okay. It's already not okay that we have a convicted criminal going to run the country. But a convicted criminal that gets to say, hey, let's just expunge my record now and make sure that I'm not a convicted criminal anymore. Let's take that right away from these states and put it in federal hands, but only while I have all three branches of government under my control. There's nothing about that that's clean. There's nothing about that that is righteous. Everything about that is dirty, fascist, and unacceptable. We can do better, guys. Mr. President, you can do better. Do better.